Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to another video. This is Kiera Creations, and if you are new here, welcome. And if you are old here, you guys know I just got back from my vacation. You guys, we had a great, wonderful, fabulous time. We ate, drank, relaxed, was at the pool every day, or was at a beach, was at a private island. Y'all, we just really ate a lot. Honestly, we just really ate a lot and drank a lot of Hennessy and beer. So anywho, look at the decals. The water faded the decals because I was in the water literally every single day. But the good news is I had zero lifting. I wanted to go ahead and get these nails off, you guys, because I was like, what if I have a greenie? What if like there's water stuck up under my nail? I need to get these things off and just go ahead and put me on a new set. But lo and behold, it was fine. There was nothing going on under the nail. And I have been prepping, so like with how the new way that I prep, I just use my buffer to take the shine off my nail, and that's all I did for these nails, and they turned out great. I had no lifting, I had nothing. So that just goes to show that we do not have to go so hard on our natural nail, guys. Once again, I am doing another lollipop set. I did go ahead and drill the lollipop down as far as I could until the stick popped out this time. Look at all the dust, y'all. I don't even know how I went without a dust collector when I first started my journey. Now, let me tell y'all about this Kiera Creations. If y'all didn't know, the eye is the crown. So the eye is the crown. I know there's not an eye, but the eye is the crown. It would not be creative. It would not be a Kiera creation if I did not make it creative. Just to clear that up, just in case anybody was confused. Now, these are some pictures of some ribeye steaks that I threw down in my kitchen, y'all, because we ate so good in Charleston and we had steaks in Charleston that I wanted it again. But y'all, my steak was so tender. It was so just melt in your mouth. Okay, I like my steaks medium. I don't like them medium rare. I don't like them medium well. I like them medium. I do not like steaks well done either, because then they're too tough. Y'all, my steak, mm, mm, mm. That steak was so good. So now me and my husband, we are having steak night once a week. Once a week, y'all, because that was the first time that I have ever made him a steak, and I don't think that he knew that I could make a steak like that. Look at these nails, y'all. That's my nails after I prepped them and I put a thin layer of clear acrylic on the nail. Okay, so yeah, now we're ready to go ahead and glue on these tips, y'all. So I got this glue and I'm like, taking off the little crusty part, and I'm thinking that, I'm going to be able to use it because I always have to do that. But y'all, that glue had dried up. It had dried up. So shout out to Sam, because I was watching one of her videos before I went out of town, and she said, put your glue in the refrigerator. So I got a whole bunch of these little bitty glues right here off of AliExpress. I think it came 20 in a pack, and I put it in the refrigerator. And y'all, you guys will save so much glue if you just put your glue in the refrigerator, because that glue was new. Like, I had only used that glue maybe twice. It was still full, but it had dried up because it's so hot. And even though, like, I'm in an air conditioning spot, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. So from now on, I will be putting my glue in the refrigerator. And if y'all don't know who Sam is, I will put her information in my description box. Go check her out. I love her channel. She is so cool. She is so down to earth, and she does some fire nails, and she's funny too, y'all. She is funny. So she's funny to me. I don't know if she knows that she's funny, but yeah, she's funny. So anyways, now we are on to the application. So this time, I had a much better. So if you guys didn't see my last Lollipop set, Dum-Dum set, I had a hard time because I did not read Nikki's instructions about how to put the water decals on. So this time I had a much smoother process, way smoother process, because I knew, exactly what to do. You need a white background, and then you need to use a base, and then you put the water decals on. So what I'm doing now is I am just putting down my white acrylic that I absolutely love, you guys. I just love white nails, white toes. I really do. I don't know, it just looks good on my skin tone. Like, it just pops. I can just do an all white set. Like, I just want to do white on white on white. So anyway, I'm putting down this white. I'm going to do it on all the nails except the pinky, and then after that I am going to put the glitter on the pinky. But anyway, you guys, we're almost done with this white acrylic, okay? And then we're going to talk about this pinky. So yes, make sure you get the acrylic out from under the nail. That will mess up your look. You'll be surprised. A little bit of acrylic under the nail, just like the slightest bit of acrylic under the nail, it will mess up your shape so bad. Like, it will mess up your shape so much. I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm trying to school y'all on this game. YouTube, where my money at? That just came out, just struck a nerve. So anyway, I'm using this Model 1's clear. As you can see, it's almost gone, y'all. I love this Model 1's clear. It is crystal clear, and I'm telling you, it does not yellow, and it's so easy to work with. Look at how it just glides down the nail. It does not yellow. I'm almost out because I use that for all my glitter mixes, because I know that Model 1's does not yellow, and it's just so easy to work with, you guys. So now I'm using my little custom acrylic right here, my glitter, and I'm using this one from Lucy, and I'm going to do like the mix again, like how I did my other set, but this time it's going to be in green, because this is a Dum-Dum watermelon lollipop set, so it's going to be green and red. And when I first did my right hand, y'all, I'm done with my right hand. And I forgot to get one of these little watermelons. So I had to grab one of those little watermelons, and then I got my little stick and I pushed it down in there. I pushed it like all the way to the tip, because, I didn't feel like doing a thick encapsulation. So one thing that I did not know in the beginning of my journey, when you're working with a glitter, and when you're encapsulating those little thimbles in the glitter, you want to make sure everything is pushed down as much as possible. You want to make sure that glitter is laying as flat as possible. I used to be scared to kind of like move the glitter and like push it, because I didn't want it to like get in my brush and stuff. But you really have to like press that glitter. You want to press that glitter down as good as possible, okay? You want to press it. You want to press it in. You want to press it flat. You want to press it as flat as possible. So then when you put that clear on there, it's not super fat. You know what I'm saying? So I was having flashbacks of like one of my first sets that I had done was an encapsulated fruit set, y'all. And them nails were so thick, and I just knew that I was doing something. I just knew that I ate on that set because I was just like, ooh, I encapsulated the little fruit. These are fire. These are fire. These are fire. Now look back now and be like, man, them motherfuckers was thicker than a Snicker. Like, whoa. Those was thick, girl. Like, no, you was not doing the thing. You thought you was doing something, but you was not doing it, okay? You was not. Those things was thick, child. They was thick. So, anyway, once I got, my clear on, my clear acrylic, now I'm going to file the nail as if I am going on and doing nail art on the nail. Even though I'm not doing nail art on the nail, we're going to go ahead and file and get ready for the decor, because you want the water decal to go on a nice smooth surface so that you don't have any bubbling or any type of weird stuff going on with the water decal. So the only thing that I'm doing is I'm just filing, and y'all know I usually pick up my drill first, but these nails came out so smooth, the application was so smooth, I just filed and then I went around the top, and I sealed my cuticle with the sanding band, and that's all I did for all of the nails. I'm just showing the thumb so that the video is not too long. And when you have longer nails, you do want to pull out, extend, you know what I'm saying, your little what is it called, your bit that's in your drill, so that you can so that you can, so like when you're filing up and down the nail, your drill is not getting in the way. You know what I'm saying? You have that leeway so that you have that nice shape. Now I'm going to buff the nail. I'm only showing the thumb, but I'm going to buff all the nails, and then I'm going to take this little bit right here, and I'm just going to file up under the nail where there may have been a little bit of dried up acrylic. So this is how the nails are looking, shaped and filed and buffed. And now I'm going to spray them down with some alcohol and brush them really, really nicely. Okay, so now here are the water decals. I did already cut them out. Now I am, just trying to trim them up some, trying to make sure that they are going to fit nicely onto the nail. Now you don't have to worry about if the water decals kind of fall off the side of the nail a little bit. Just leave it. Just leave it. Now I did not show the final file in this video, but I always do a final file. And in the final file, you'll just file that off. So don't even worry about it. Don't stress about it. Don't try to keep cutting on the water decal because you will wrinkle it up. Just leave it, just lay it. And if it comes down the side just a little bit, it's okay. It's okay. Don't stress. It's okay. Just leave it. Put that top coat on there. When you put that top coat on there and put it and cure it in the lamp, it's not going anywhere. And you can just file that off in the end. So I'm getting my water decals on now. As you can see, this is going a lot smoother than the last time. It's a lot easier. This time though, instead of me ombraing it with acrylic, I will be using gel. Another tip is to gently pat off the water. If you do it this way, just don't be too hard, pushing all hard and stuff, or like moving it and rubbing it. No, you just want to gently pat on top of the nail. Hold it there for a second maybe, but you want to be very gentle, like a kitten. Just gentle, light feather, really light, and just suck up that water. Okay, because if you don't that water decal can move or it could split. So you just want to be really careful with doing that. Once you get the water off, then you want to go and do your top coat. Okay, I've already done all that. Now we are on to the gel. So now I'm going to get my gel and I'm just going to, you guys see what I'm doing, okay? I'm going to do this to all of the nails. I'm going to get my little ombre brush. I'm going to gently brush it down, and that's all I'm going to do. That is all that I am going to do for all of the nails. Once I do that, I'm going to cure it. I'm not going to stress. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't want it thick. You want a nice thin ombre, just over the water decal, and then you want to cure it because you're going to come back in, or I did. You really don't have to. I really could have left it like that, and it probably would have been fine because I am going to be putting like some little charms on. But what am I doing? Because now I'm just talking. Okay, so I guess I'm showing y'all another finger. So yes, you're just going to ombre it down just a little bit, and then you're going to cure it because, like I said, I am going to come in now with these little sponges. I'm going to come in with these little sponges, and I am just going to tap, tap, tap on the edges where I had brought it down, where I had brushed it down with my ombre brush. I'm just going to tap over that part right there to give it more of a blend, and to, if I had any streaks from the brush, it's just going to basically just, blend all that out. So I'm just going to do that to all the nails, and then I'm going to cure again. So I'm just tapping wherever I see like any hard streaks. I'm just going to tap, and then I'm going to cure, and then we're going to go back over again with top coat. This is why you want to do all these layers thin, because you're using so much top coat, so much base or whatever. So you're using layers and layers. So everything that you use, you want to be thin with the gel. Now you guys, a tip, a tip. I struggled right here because I put all my glue down. Well, I just put like a whole bunch of glue down, and the only thing that I was putting down was a lollipop, a heart, and those hearts glow in the dark, by the way. I did not know that the hearts, they glow in the dark. Um, so the only thing I'm putting is a heart, a lollipop, and one pearl. So I know somebody was saying like in another video that about the lollipops, that they would just put like glue under the lollipops so that, and that's, what we usually do most of the time, so that it doesn't, hook on to anything. But y'all, these lollipops are so small, and the stick is so thin and small to encapsulate up under that. It just looks so thick. I've tried to do it before. I did not like it at all whatsoever. I didn't even show y'all. I took them off. Like, I didn't even do it. So it's so thick. When you have like these little dainty suckers, you will definitely see all that glue up under those little suckers in that tiny little stick. So, on my thumb, you're going to see I did it differently on my thumb. So as you can see, I'm sliding everything around. And it's okay to slide your charms and stuff around because you do want to make sure that the glue gets all around them and on them and stuff. But I don't like seeing the glue on my nail. So that was the issue. I was moving it around so much to where when I finally got it in the position that I wanted it in, there was still glue like all around it and under it. So this is what I'm doing here. I'm like trying to clean up the glue off the nail. And that was like so unnecessary. Sometimes doing a little bit at a time, and curing saves you a lot more time than just putting, unless you're just blinging out a whole nail. But instead of just putting a whole bunch of glue and then putting down your charms. So if you're just doing like 1 or 2 charms, don't do it like that. Don't do it like you're blinging out a whole nail. So on the thumb, you're gonna see, so I finally got that cleaned off, and now I'm putting another small layer of top coat, just to make it better. So after I cleaned that glue up, I didn't want to see any glue, because you can see everything when you take your final results, and then you're like, oh my gosh, like you could see it, and then you got to go back in and fix it. So you don't want to have to do that. So on the thumb, you guys are going to see I basically just put one little dab of glue for the sucker. I went ahead and laid the sucker down first, and I cured it. Boom, the sucker's in place. Then I got my little rhinestone glue, like the little one, and I put one little line going under the sucker where I wanted my stick to be. Put the stick on there, perfect, boom, cured it. You know what I'm saying? So that way you don't have all this glue all over the place. You're not trying to catch the stuff, and then you're not trying to clean up glue. So that's all I did. And then I put one little dollop of glue, well, kind of a bigger dollop of glue right beside the stick. And then I put my green star on there and cured it. Boom, it's done. I'm done. I'm doing my final file. And that's all for this set, you guys. I hope you guys loved it, and I will see you in my next video. This was so hard trying to get the final results. I know it looks like it's fine and easy, but y'all, I don't know what kind of pose. I'm bent over a wheelchair trying to get this freaking black background. You guys, forget it. Look, this is all you're getting.